How you doing, guys? I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. As you guys can see, I have another Iron Studios piece. This is Forge from the X-Men 110 scale line that they've had going on for the last almost 2 years, I want to say. This is a new piece that I just got probably about 4 or 5 days ago. Just had a chance to open it up and put it all together. But it's a really cool piece. I got this directly via Sideshow. As you guys could see, the box itself is there with the blue and yellow, which has been the motif for all of these for most of these pieces. It makes sense for the the blue and gold X-Men teams motif if you go by that. But yeah, there you could see the actual box, and I've already taken this guy out of the foam container, etc. So we'll just go through the different pieces and how to put it together. All right, guys, so we have this guy out of the box, and the first piece right away is the base, which again continues with the interior of the X Mansion motif. Really cool, really some nice weight to it. As you guys could see, here's the bottom. These are not numbered. I don't believe any other 1/10 scale pieces are. Really cool. There's Forge, Iron Studios, and again, as I said, this is supposed to be the interior. It's got some nice, really cool details, some cables there, some metallic conduits. It's really cool. I guess this would be maybe some interior walls that got knocked down. But it's really cool. A lot of the detail they put into these bases, it's really, really nice. You guys could see there some of the cabling, some debris. Here is the hole for the peg of the statue, and there's also really cool a magnet right here for his foot. You can see the imprint. But overall, this base is really, really cool. I like it. I think they did a great job with that. The next piece that we'll do is the actual body, and this is how the guy comes in the box. Again, here's the peg, and here's the other foot with a magnet. And as you guys can see there, under the foot, there's some detail. They have the X and the detail of the soles, and then the same thing here. Some paint on the peg, but I don't mind it. I think looking at the statue itself, I think they did again a great job with the detailing. And on the camera, it doesn't capture, but there's various highlights of different paint colors and the blues, the yellows. Some of the wrinkles in the uniforms, in the X uniforms, is really cool. You can probably see a little better there. Some of the muscles showing through the costumes, really cool. Here's a Forge's metal leg with the some holster here. Obviously, classic 90s X-Men costumes with all the pouches and things all over the belt, etc. here. So I guess some canisters or grenades. Maybe he holds some ammo there. Really cool, but definitely the whole X-Men blue team and gold team motif here. Really nice. I think they did a great job also with this gun. Reminds me of Gears of War. But I think some nice detail there on the gun and the way he's holding it. There's also some nice detail on the front, and it's not badly done for a 1/10 scale piece. I think again with the paint and the detail, they've done a really great job. So not too many complaints here. Here's the section. A gun goes back here. This is also magnetized. But overall, I like the pose. I like the way Iron Studios has really sort of put this together. I guess I don't know if this is so much of a complaint or observation, but right here on the back, on his right, the back of his backside here. I don't know if they did this for effect, but it almost looks like it's like missing some paint, almost like grayish instead of the whole blue like the rest of the uniform. Again, they may have done this for effect, maybe to make it look worn out, but at least on mine, it almost looks like there's some paint, not missing, but maybe it was rubbed off or something. But it doesn't take away, at least from the statue. Like I said, in certain angles in the light, it does look like it's part of the effect that they were going for. But really, great job, I think, on this. And as I said, there's a hole here and there's a peg. And the magnet's pretty strong on this foot, but essentially you're just going to tap this in there. You guys see the magnet already grabbed it. So I like to just two-hand it and try to get the, there you go, sinks in, the magnet grabs it in place. And that's essentially how that's it. He's sitting there all headless. So the next thing is the actual head itself. Initially, this was one of the pieces I was a bit worried about. I didn't think it looked that great in photos. And on hand, it doesn't look that bad, in all honesty. I think, again, for 1/10 scale, I don't think the camera can capture some of the little nuances, like the different color on the cheeks. Looks like he's got some black rubbing, some dirt, etc. I think perhaps maybe, I don't know, his lips look a little too pinkish, but nothing too bad. I like the bandana, I like the ponytail. That does not come off, but I would be really careful with bending or hitting that. You don't want that to break. This is obviously magnetized. But you know what? I do think again, for 1/10 scale, this is not bad at all. He's got that grimace, that angry sort of looking face. The hair, again, nothing too bad. He's got some blue highlights there with the red bandana. But there you go. So there's his head. And as I said, this isn't a magnet. So essentially, you're just going to pop that in there. And there you go. The next thing is this gun. He gets an additional gun other than the one that he's holding. And this is the one that goes attached to his back via magnet. You guys could see there, it's the key with the magnet there. And again, great job with the gun. As I said earlier, it does remind me of something out of Gears of War with the whole detailing. You could see some color there. Looks like this gun may have been fired before. I guess that's what they were going for. You can see some of the purple, blue, metallic looking paint. But really great job. As I said, this goes on his back. So essentially, you just gotta match up the key, and it goes like that. Sticks in there with a magnet. Great, great, great so far. And I think it looks great once it all comes together. The last piece that you do get, and you could display him without this, is this fire effect. And essentially, is to make it look like he did like an arc, assuming from from right to left. And it's like, it's got the fire effect here from the gun itself, from the muzzle, and the bullets sort of shooting out in an arc effect. Initially, I wasn't too crazy about this, but you know what? I think it really does, bring it all together, at least for me. And it's something that I think once you put it in, it actually does look nice in place. There is a little peg here. The only thing for mine is that it fits in there, but it's a bit loose. So it's not going to be like a really tight fit, but it's also, I think, too loose, and you kind of just put it in there. It goes like this, essentially. And it kind of just sits there. You let it droop down. But you guys could see it's a little loose on my end. I mean, I'm not going to be sort of playing around with this too much. Once I have it together, it's pretty much all there. And yeah, there you go. Here's a forge. I'll give you a little handheld action here. Overall, I am actually really happy with this piece. Initially, as I said, this was a piece that I was thinking about canceling because I wasn't too crazy about the pictures that I had seen. But just decided to keep it. But you know what? It is actually at least very worth it if you're into these 1/10 scale pieces. I will say, though, that I do think, unless you're a huge Forge fan, this is a piece that probably works best as part of a diorama or with the other 1/10 scale pieces. I know, like, for example, I thought the previous, like, Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch pieces, even like the Sabretooth pieces, those were actually pretty good standalone. I don't know if because maybe Forge in my mind is not really a well-known or a mainstream character at all, that perhaps I think he would work best as part of a whole series of the other, with the other dioramas, etc. But it's not bad. It's a really great statue. I love the pose. I love the dynamic aspect of it. I love the fire effect now, with it there. It looks really, really cool. Nothing more else to say. I think this is definitely a piece is worth it. I think just to close, what I'll do is I'll place him in his space in my diorama so you guys could see where I think he could fit in really well. But overall, I would say this forge is a good one. Give it a thumbs up. Okay, guys, so just to close out the video, I just wanted to show you guys out there where I placed Forge here in the diorama. As you guys could see, I do happen to be fortunate enough to be able to have these three and a couple of the 1/10 scale pieces. Very thankful for that. But I placed Forge right here. He is on an acrylic clear ricer. I got these off of Amazon a while back, but I thought he could make a good companion here for Jean Grey and Gambit, sort of facing off, I guess, against the Juggernaut and also Pyro here. And I think he Forge does fit in really well. I think he looks really cool there. You guys could see him shooting the guns or his gun and then shooting at Pyro here. But I think again this Forge figure came out at least for me way better than expected. I think it fits in really well with the rest of these 1/10 scale pieces. You guys could see them there. For anyone that may be interested, there you go. But other than that, you know, I'll leave you to it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. If you found this helpful, if you have any question, feel free to leave a comment. You know, otherwise, I will leave you and enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe out there, and you know, you guys take care.